Have you ever wondered why some people seem to slip away far earlier than expected, while others walk with strength, clarity, and calmness well into their 90s and beyond? What if I told you it isn't only about genetics or luck, but about the silent habits you carry with you each day? Habits so common, so ordinary, that you may not even notice them stealing years from your life. Yet the consequences are real. They show up not in one big dramatic event, but in small, hidden ways. Less energy, slower recovery, restless nights, and a fading spark for life. And if left unchecked, they can quietly shorten the time you have to enjoy the people you love and the freedom you deserve. Wisdom Beyond 60, dear everyone. I invite you to pause and ask yourself, are these little choices really harmless, or are they quietly shaping your future in ways you never imagined? Imagine this, decades from now, sitting on your porch, watching your grandchildren play. The joy, the laughter, the sense of being fully present, these are treasures that depend on the decisions you make today. Too many of us assume we'll always have more time, more energy, more chances to change. But time has a way of slipping by, and the habits that feel small now can become the walls that keep you from living fully later. This is not about frightening you with statistics or painting a hopeless picture. It is about revealing a truth many overlook, that what you stop doing may be even more important than what you start. We've been taught to add supplements, add routines, add complex programs. But sometimes the greatest gift you can give yourself is subtraction. Removing what quietly drains you, what slowly wears down your body and spirit, is the doorway to extending not just the number of years you live, but the quality of every single one of them. So today, I want you to lean in, listen closely, and stay with me until the end. Because we're about to uncover 5 everyday habits that could be holding you back from reaching 100 and beyond. Habits that once seen clearly cannot be unseen. Habits that once you decide to release them, will open up a new sense of freedom, energy, and hope for the years ahead. And here's the truth. Most people overlook these exact things. They spend years chasing after complicated solutions while the simplest, most powerful changes are right in front of them, waiting to be noticed. Before we begin, let me take a moment to ask for your support. If you find value in what I share, please subscribe to this channel. Your encouragement gives us the motivation to keep creating thoughtful and inspiring videos, so together we can journey toward a wiser, healthier, and more fulfilling life beyond 60. And now, let me leave you with a question to spark reflection and invite you into the conversation. If you had to choose between these two, which would you rather give up today? A small daily comfort that feels good now, but slowly harms your health over time. B, a few minutes of effort each day that might feel inconvenient now, but adds years of vitality to your future. Comment your choice, A or B, below. Your answer matters more than you know, because it reflects the direction your life is taking. The first hidden thief of longevity often comes to us in the form of sweetness and convenience. Sugar and processed foods have become such a normal part of daily life that many people don't even pause to consider the long-term cost. It begins innocently, a slice of cake here, a soft drink there. But over time, these foods strain the body in ways we rarely notice until it is too late. They quietly wear down the balance of energy, make it harder to maintain strength, and create an inner environment that accelerates aging. The challenge is not just about weight or appearance, it's about the slow erosion of vitality. Imagine an older man in his 70s who decides to leave behind the daily dessert he once believed harmless. Within a year, he finds himself walking with more ease, his mind clearer, his mornings lighter. It wasn't a miracle. It was the absence of something harmful that gave his body a chance to restore its natural rhythm. This story reminds us that what feels pleasurable today can sometimes rob us of the joys we hope to have tomorrow. The second habit that undermines the dream of living past 100 is the quiet, modern curse of sitting too much. Long hours in front of the television in a chair or even behind a desk slowly weaken the very foundation of life, our muscles and bones. Movement is not only about keeping fit, it is about sending signals to every part of the body that we are alive and engaged. Without it, circulation slows, joints stiffen, and energy begins to fade. There is a reason many of the world's longest living people, especially in places known as blue zones, never had formal exercise routines, but instead filled their days with natural movement. They walked to visit neighbors, tended their gardens, and kept their bodies in gentle motion throughout the day. One elderly woman in Okinawa once said, "I do not go to the gym, but I never stop moving." That is the essence of longevity, not punishing workouts, but a lifestyle woven with simple activity that keeps the body awake and the spirit engaged. These two habits, excessive sugar and processed foods and the pattern of prolonged sitting, are deceptively ordinary. That is what makes them dangerous. They do not strike all at once, but rather accumulate over years, weaving themselves quietly into our routines. And because they are so common, it becomes easy to dismiss them as harmless. Yet every year spent indulging these habits is a year where the body has to work harder to maintain its balance. The heart beats a little heavier, the mind feels a little foggier, the bones carry a little less strength. It is not dramatic, but it is relentless. And it is precisely this relentlessness that shortens the path toward a longer, fuller life. The opportunity, however, is just as powerful. When you choose to step away from these habits, you do not simply avoid harm. You create space for renewal. You allow the body to restore its natural vitality, to find its energy again, to recover the resilience that may have felt lost. It is never too late to make that choice. Whether you are 60, 70, or even beyond, the decision to set aside harmful foods and embrace daily movement opens the door to living not just longer, but better. The elders who thrive into their 90s and hundreds are not always those with perfect health histories. More often, they are the ones who noticed the small habits that mattered and made the choice to change course before it was too late. Their lives stand as living proof that subtraction, the removal of what does not serve us, can be the most profound addition of all. One of the most overlooked forces that quietly shortens life is constant stress and worry. It doesn't always show up in dramatic ways. Sometimes it appears in the form of restless sleep, tension in the shoulders, or that heavy feeling in the chest when you think about the future. Over years, this steady undercurrent of anxiety works its way into every corner of the body. It leaves the immune system weaker, the heart more strained, and the mind less able to focus clearly. Many older adults say they wish they had learned earlier how to release the weight of worry, because they now see how much energy it stole from the simple joys of life. Stress cannot be completely erased, but how we carry it determines whether it becomes a silent thief or a manageable companion. Even a few minutes a day devoted to calm breathing, prayer, or reflection can shift the body into a state of peace, allowing it to restore balance and strength. These small acts, repeated over time, are like planting seeds of resilience that continue to grow as the years pass. The other invisible barrier to a long, fulfilling life is isolation. Human beings are not meant to walk through the later decades alone, yet too many find themselves cut off from the very connections that give life meaning. When friends move away, when family members become busy, or when health makes it harder to get out, loneliness can settle in like an unwanted guest. Research has shown again and again that isolation is as harmful to the body as physical risks we take far more seriously. It can weaken the heart, cloud the mind, and leave the spirit without purpose. But beyond the studies, there are the stories. An elderly man once shared that the hardest part of his day was not his aching joints, but the silence that greeted him in the evening when no one called. On the other hand, an older woman who made it a point to attend a weekly community gathering found her energy lifted simply by the sound of laughter and conversation around her. The difference between these two experiences is not fate, it is choice and effort, even when that effort feels inconvenient. Stress and isolation are partners in disguise. One fuels the other. Worry can make a person withdraw from others, and loneliness can magnify the smallest concerns until they feel unbearable. Breaking this cycle is not about grand solutions, but about simple, intentional steps. Picking up the phone to call a friend, stepping outside to greet a neighbor, or setting aside 10 minutes for stillness can seem almost too small to matter. Yet it is these small acts that slowly rebuild the walls of resilience, keeping both body and mind strong. A life past 100 is not only measured by years, but by the depth of connection and peace we carry with us. Releasing stress and nurturing relationships are not luxuries for the few. They are essential habits for anyone who wishes to extend not only their lifespan, but the richness of their days. And the best part is that it can begin at any moment you choose, even today. There is another habit that robs countless people of the years and vitality they could have enjoyed, and it is one that feels deceptively harmless in the moment: neglecting the gift of sleep. In a culture that often glorifies staying up late, finishing just one more task, or scrolling through screens into the night, many underestimate how powerful sleep truly is. Night after night of cutting rest short slowly drains the body of its natural ability to repair and restore. The effects are subtle at first, maybe feeling a little more tired in the morning, perhaps needing that extra cup of coffee to get moving. But over the years, the price grows heavier. The brain loses its sharpness, the body becomes slower to heal, and energy no longer flows with ease. Sleep is not wasted time. It is the foundation on which all other aspects of health are built. Without it, even the best diet and most active lifestyle cannot fully carry us forward. Think about it this way. Every night, your body is given the opportunity to reset. Cells renew themselves. The heart and blood vessels get their chance to rest, and the mind processes the memories of the day, clearing away clutter so you wake up refreshed. When that cycle is broken, even slightly, the body cannot keep up with the demands of life. Many elders who reflect on their past admit that they once believed sacrificing sleep was a sign of strength, but now they see that it was one of the costliest choices they made. On the other hand, those who made peace with the idea of slowing down at night, who allowed themselves the grace of a full night's rest, often discovered that their later years held more clarity, steadiness, and joy. Rest is not about laziness. It is about honoring the natural rhythm that sustains life. The darkness of the night is an invitation to let go of the worries that chase us during the day. Yet so many fight against it, keeping the television on until midnight or holding a phone just inches from their face while the body begs for calm. Over time, this habit does more than steal energy. It chips away at resilience, making every challenge in life feel heavier. Choosing to respect sleep is choosing to respect the years ahead. It is a quiet decision that says, my health, my clarity, and my future matter enough for me to pause and rest. Simple changes can make a world of difference. Creating a calm space for sleep, turning off screens an hour earlier, allowing the room to be dark and quiet, and going to bed at a consistent time send a powerful message to the body. These actions whisper to the heart and mind that it is safe to rest, safe to restore. Over weeks and months, these small adjustments compound, giving back the strength that fatigue once stole. The reward is not just more years, but better years. Years where mornings feel lighter, days carry more energy, and evenings bring peace instead of exhaustion. When we think about longevity, it is easy to focus on dramatic changes or complex routines. Yet sometimes, the most profound key is something as simple as closing your eyes and giving yourself permission to sleep. The people who reach 100 and beyond are often those who learn to work with the rhythms of life rather than against them. They discovered that by embracing rest, they gained more than they ever lost. Sleep is not the end of the day, it is the beginning of tomorrow. And if you dream of tomorrow being long, healthy, and fulfilling, then honoring sleep today may be the most powerful choice you can make. As we come to the final habit that holds so many people back from living well into their later years, it may surprise you to learn that it is not about food, exercise, or even medical care. It is about the way we treat the simple rhythm of life, our evenings and our rest. For countless men and women, after 60 or 70, the temptation to stay up late, to push through another television program, to finish a few more chores, or to worry over tomorrow's responsibilities becomes a nightly routine. Yet in doing so, we steal from ourselves the very gift that could carry us further into the future. When we fail to honor the body's natural need for rest, we begin to pay the price in clarity, energy, and overall vitality. The nights that feel short and restless add up quietly, shaping how well we age. What we often overlook is that sleep is not a pause in life. It is an active process of renewal, a foundation that makes all other healthy choices worthwhile. Without it, even good nutrition and steady activity cannot fully protect the years we long for. Think of sleep as the body's workshop. Each night, while we lie still, every cell begins its repair. The heart slows and finds its rhythm, the mind clears away clutter, and the muscles soften and restore their strength. It is like sending your body into its own repair shop, free of charge, every single night. But when we ignore that call, when we exchange rest for late-night distractions, we interrupt that workshop and return to the next day, less prepared, less restored, and a little more worn. Over months and years, the impact becomes visible. People who deny themselves consistent, peaceful sleep often struggle with mood, memory, and the energy to enjoy daily life. On the other hand, those who respect their evenings, who let go of screens and worries and embrace the quiet of the night, often wake up with more brightness in their step and more joy in their spirit. For older adults, the lesson here is both simple and profound. Longevity is not only about living more years, but about protecting the quality of those years. Choosing to give yourself the gift of rest is not indulgence. It is wisdom. It is saying that you matter enough to pause, to care for the vessel that carries you through life, and to set yourself up for days filled with clarity and strength. The practical steps be small. Keep your evenings calm. Dim the lights, silence the phone, set aside the endless news or worries until tomorrow. Establish a gentle routine, perhaps a warm drink, soft music, a few minutes of gratitude or prayer, and let your body ease into its natural rhythm. These rituals tell the heart and mind it is safe to let go, safe to restore. Over time, these choices stack together into years of steadiness and vitality. The deeper lesson is this: no matter what age you are now, it is never too late to honor your body with better rest. Every night you choose to respect your sleep, you are investing in the mornings yet to come. You are planting seeds of strength that will help you not just survive, but thrive in the later decades. For our elders watching this, let this be a reminder that you are worthy of the peace that rest brings. You have carried heavy burdens, you have worked hard, and now you deserve nights of calm that give rise to brighter days. So here is a question for you to reflect on. If you had to choose one simple change starting tonight, would you rather turn off your screens an hour earlier or go to bed at the same time every evening? Please share your answer in the comments so others can learn from your perspective and maybe be inspired to try it themselves. And finally, if you found this video meaningful, if it touched your heart or gave you hope, please subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment with your thoughts, share this message with your friends and loved ones, so together we can grow wiser and stronger. At Beyond 60 Wisdom, we are here to walk with you each day, offering encouragement and stories to keep you inspired. Your support gives us the energy to create more thoughtful and uplifting videos. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here with us.